Alright guys, doing another hired request. Today this is by Carole King. It's called Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? Great song, I love it. It's a live version I think, but it's on YouTube. It sounds like this. Hello, I'm Sean Cheek. Welcome to my easy piano lessons. I teach how to play by ear using a whiteboard. My website is webpianoteacher.com. This is the free part one I always put on YouTube. The rest of the lessons for this song, as well as thousands of other video lessons, are on my website that I've made for the past 5 years. I also have a site that's coming up called SeanCheek.com. That'll be launched in a couple of days. Today is the beginning of June 2012. A couple of days, SeanCheek.com will launch, which is a site designed to teach you how to read actual music notes. Okay, so we'll have two websites going strong for your interest, whether you want to learn by ear or learn how to play notes. But also, Facebook is the best way to contact me if you want to hire me to do a request. That's where you do it, is on Facebook. Just do a Facebook search for webpianoteacher.com. You can also do a Twitter search for webpianoteacher.com. I also do DVDs on my blog at SeanCheekblog.com. You can get custom DVDs of just the video lessons you want, or you can get my sight reading lessons, sight reading boot camp. That's all on the SeanCheekblog.com. Enough advertising. Let's get to the lesson at hand here. Intro down here, and again, this is Carole King, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? And a great song. Let's get to the intro right here. We're going to start with left hand on a C octave. Here's middle C, so I'm going to go down to this C and this one, and we're just going to go the low C, and then the next C up with the thumb, ba, ba, like that. Then we're going to come in with the right hand on the C chord, which is G, then middle C and then E together. That makes a C chord. Then after that, we're going to keep the G on the thumb. We're going to change the middle note to a D note and the top note to an F. We're going to hold that for a bit. That's why the little dash is there. And then we're going to go to an inversion of this chord, which is still a C chord. C, E, G. Alright, so C, E, G there for C chord. So we start here, left, left, right. And then the left hand is going to go G, A, ba, ba, ba. Okay, so this is right at the tail end. Na, na. So we do that first box here. We have 1. Now let's look at the second box. Very similar. In fact, the only way it's different is that there's only one C here instead of 2. I try to transcribe everything exactly the way the person is doing on the recording. So, you know, I get all those little details in there as much as I can, and that's a detail that there's not a high C this time. She just does the C, the low C, and then, well, also this G in there actually takes the place of that C. Okay, so the G on the thumb on the right hand. But besides that, it's the same thing as this first box. Then you still have the G, A, ba, ba. On this measure, we'll change the bass note to F. Alright, so let's do the first two boxes. Here we go. Ready and go. And 1. Da-da-da. Get to there. So F on the left hand at that point. Then the right hand is going to do a middle A. And then you're going to play A, D, and F together. And then you're going to keep the A on the thumb, but change the middle note to an E note. Change the soprano note to a G note. And then here on the last one, we keep the A again on the thumb, but the middle note will be F, and the higher note will be A. Okay, so it goes left, and then ba, 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 and then an F right here, which is the F, this F. Okay, it's not the low F, it's this one. Well, that wouldn't matter if you played this F again. I don't want to get too crazy about that kind of thing, which octave, but this F is the higher one in the recording. So we have left, right, F. Let's do it again. Okay, now let's tie it together. Go back to the beginning, we'll go that far. Ready, and go. And 1. Notice sometimes I put little notes in there that I'm already playing. I just play them again. You want to do that if you can when you're playing. Don't be just so rigid and into doing exactly what I have up here on the whiteboard. Experiment a little bit. You can be sure that the person, your favorite artists, that when they play, they don't play anything the same way twice. They will add little notes here and there every time they play. So feel free to experiment as you're playing these. Use the whiteboard as a guide, more or less. Now we get here to this next measure. Alright, so that's going to be on the right hand C, middle C and F together, and then down to A on the thumb. And then we do that again right here. And then we do C and F. Now this C and F is inverted and it's higher. It's this F and this C, and then play that F again. So if I start right here for right hand, it's 1 and 2 and like that, okay? Now your left hand is a low G right here, and a higher G on the thumb. So yes, that A and G will be together. Kind of bites a little bit when you play it isolated. So sound fine when you go up to tempo. And then this G is the lower G, this G is the higher G, and the last G is the lower G. You line the left hand right hand up. You start right there. 1 and 2 and 3 and again. Okay, so some things have to kind of go up to speed before they'll sound right. That's normal, okay? Doesn't mean you're playing it incorrectly. Now let's go from the beginning all the way to this double bar here, okay? So the whole intro, ready, and go. And 1. That in part 2. Just wanted to give you the intro here in part 1. Hope you enjoy it. I'll see you guys on the website. Talk to you later.